Welcome to the Car Guy Show. Join award-winning magazine publisher Tim Miller and national champion race driver Kristin Treager as they look at Texas car life and Texas car culture. Join them as they meet car guys in their cars, in their garages, and at their clubs and events. Come along for a real kick in the asphalt.
Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Tim Miller, and we're at Texas Motor Speedway for the 2014 Lone Star Nationals Good Guys Show. You know, this show always brings back a lot of memories, much like this sheriff's car from Andy Griffith and Barney Fife. You'll find more memories with this Garage Mahal coming up with Kristin Treager.
Welcome to another edition of Garage Mahal. Today we have Garrett with us.
Hi.
Thanks for having us.
Well, thanks for coming here.
All right, can you tell us about your awesome collection here?
Well, the collection I have has been a culmination of cars that I've bought and sold since the mid-'80s. And at any given time right now we have about 50 to 60 cars in the collection. What you're seeing here is just my home garage. We have a warehouse in Carrollton here in Texas with another 30 cars there too. This is a car collection hobby, started for me back in the late 70s as a highly mechanically inclined kid wanting to play with cars. And after that I kind of got into the local street racing scene because I grew up in a place here in Dallas called Forest Lane. And Forest Lane is known for drag racing, street racing, which is highly illegal today, but back in the late 70s, early 80s, wasn't so bad. Over the years, I bought and sold cars, built a lot of cars, sold a lot of the cars that I've built. And today, what I try and buy are investment level cars. And when I say investment level cars, I'll buy things, for example, this here Corvette's brand new. Even though it's sitting there and it's a 92, it's got under 1,000 miles on it. A lot of the cars you see in the collection are just that. And so because I can't drive 50 to 60 cars at any given time, I don't drive them. I just have a few that I do drive.
That's really impressive. Can you name some of the different cars you have in your home collection?
Well, my collection is really very diversified. Anything from old Cadillacs, old Cadillac convertibles, 55 Chevys out in the driveway, Cadillac limousines, to muscle cars, to supercars, to exotics.
Now I heard Monica Lewinsky once rode in this limousine. Is that true?
That she did. Yes, that is a White House limousine from the Clinton administration. It's not the president's car. They don't give those away or sell those to anyone.
Just for his special friends.
Yeah, these would be a service car. And the White House in any times has 5, 6, 7 service limousines, and that one was the one during the Clinton administration, and no telling who actually rode in it. We just would assume that Monica did because that would be the cars that rode those people.
Gotcha. Now I see you have an Excalibur here.
Yes, I do. It's a Series 3 Excalibur. Now, 79, even though it looks like a 1920s car, it's actually built in 79. Excalibur is an interesting car company because they ran from 63, and they're still in existence today, but they stopped producing cars in the late 80s. And they went from Series 1 to Series 5 cars. And the total production of Excaliburs is somewhere around 3,000 cars for all the years that they built them.
Wow, very rare.
The Series 3 represents the last big block passenger car in the United States and the last car without any emissions. Even though EPA standards were put to GM, Ford, Chrysler, and AMC up to about 74 when the catalytic converters and everything went on the cars, the Excalibur was exempt to 79. So it had no emissions, and it actually ran pretty good for its day.
Do you have a favorite in your collection?
Not really. Every car is different. Like I said, it's a diversified collection. You've got muscle cars, you've got luxury cars, you've got exotics. If I had to keep one of them and sell everything, I'd keep my 99 Suburban. Everything else would go. Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Do you ever take any of these out to the racetrack?
Some of them have been out. This particular car has been on the Texas Motor Speedway, We actually got it up to 190 on the track over there. Some of them go to drag strips, some of them do. Most of the stuff is nothing sanctioned or professional that I do. It's just all amateur for fun.
What's the fastest you've ever driven?
That car right there, probably about 210 miles an hour.
Ooh, over 200, nice.
And I won't tell you where I did it.
Can you tell us about the 55 Chevy outside?
The 55 Chevy is just a resto mod car. It's not really a typical car that I mess with, but it's a car that the older generation of guys who are into the Tri-5 cars, which are the 55, 56, 57 Chevys, spent a whole lifetime of money on it. That car has over $200,000 put in it, and it was just somebody's love project that they eventually sold one day.
Well, thank you so much, Matt, for having us today.
Well, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for coming out.
I can definitely see you have a real passion for automobiles.
Well, insanity or collection, I have no idea what it is. It's just car nuts.
A true car guy. Well, we had a great time checking out Matt Garrett's awesome collection, but I'm a little partial to the limousine myself. Back to you, Tim. Hey, driver, let's head back to Tulsa. And where's the champagne?
Kristin, that's a great garage Mahal, but I don't think you're going to be able to expense that champagne and your limo ride.
I need to frisk you. Somebody get my hand.
I'm going to need the money to get out of jail, I think. Up next, we got Car Clubbing.
This is a 2013 Cayenne GTS. It's got about all the options you can get on one, with the including the panoramic roof. You put it in sport mode, it has a real throaty sound. You'll blow by people on the sidewalk or that are watching you, and they'll think an old muscle car just went by. Because it's got the equivalent of a nice V8 engine, but it's got the sound of a car with some nice exhaust on it. Well, this is the first Porsche that I drive on a daily basis. It's the fourth one that I bought. So the first three went to my kids, and I got to drive those to the car wash and to the gas station. So this is the first one that I get to drive on a regular basis. Well, this is my jacket I've collected over the years from when I was in the Marine Corps. Different places that I was at, different floats that I was on, things like that. So the guys I was with today kind of underestimated the weather, so I had to break out all my jackets, so I wouldn't let them borrow this one. This was just for me.
We're here with Jim Sherman, who happens to be part of the Car Guy crew, as well as a member of the North Texas Subaru Club.
Yes, and this previous week we got the Cars and Coffee. We got a lot of Subarus to put together, and we got Patrick from Brandon Thomas Subaru to bring down a 2015 Subaru WRX, brand new to the market, and we're going to go take a look at it now.
My name is Patrick Barassi from Brandon Thomas Subaru in McKinney, and I'm here with the all-new 2015 WRX. It's not even available yet. We are doing pre-orders right now. With the all-new 2015 WRX, we've got an all-new chassis and all-new engine. Chassis has been stiffened up significantly. Interior is upgraded quite a bit. So we do have our all-new 6-speed manual with it. First for Subaru for many years now is an automatic style transmission, a CVT. It's a phenomenal driving car. With the all-new engine in it, we've got a twin scroll turbo now, 2-liter direct injection. Gas mileage is up with a lot more linear power delivery. So it's pretty awesome. Right now, I mean, we're pretty much getting mobbed with the attention that the car is getting. We've got a lot of positive attitude with it. peak power is not up a whole lot, 268 horsepower, about 250 torque. The big thing about it is how it makes the torque. So power comes on about 1,500 RPM sooner, holds power a lot better than the previous motor. There's really not much turbo lag at all. With the stiffened suspension and a much quicker ratio steering, it's a lot more driver-oriented now, but from the daily driver standpoint, the car is a lot quieter. It is a lot better inside, a lot more soft touch materials, a lot more comfortable seats. For people on the higher end with the limited trim models, which your Harman Kardon sound system, something that's been very lacking in previous generations of WRXs. You've actually got a pretty nice sound system in the vehicle. Right now we're sitting out here, and as you can see, we've got about 50 Subarus here at Cars and Coffee. It's a pretty good showing. There's a lot of people here today. We've actually got a bunch of car clubs here. North Texas Subarus on our Facebook page right now. There's NASIOC, one of the largest car forums in the world, so they've got a very loyal following. So with the all-new 2015 WRX, Subaru is giving us a complete package of a much more well-refined car. A higher performance characteristic, especially from the driver feel and feedback, something that's kind of been lacking with the older cars, where you had a lot of people having to put $1,500, $2,000 in performance parts that it already comes with, basically. So we're really looking forward to getting on our lots here in about 2 months. So we're thinking mid-late April.
All right, we're back with Jim Sherman. That was a pretty cool 2015 Subaru. Give us a little bit more information, where we can get more information.
Well, there's North Texas Subarus on Facebook, as well as NASIOC, which is the North American club. Over 100,000, well, actually I think we're up to about 300,000 members now across the country.
Well, that's good, and hey, get back to work, all right? You gotta make some money, you gotta get some revenue. What does laser tag and car guys have in common? Find out next. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Taylor Gatsky. Welcome back to the Car Guys Show. Here's your host, Tim Miller.
You know, some of the coolest cars are the unique creations, like the one built by the inventor of laser tag, George Carter. George, tag man, you're it.
My name is George Carter. This is a one-of-a-kind car. It's based on a 2002 Z06 Corvette. Well, it's 500 pounds lighter than the stock Corvette. It has a little more horsepower because they've had the engine retuned, so it's way faster than it needs to be for the street. Well, theoretically it'll go 200 miles an hour, but not with me in it. I started 5 years ago, and it took about 3 years of part-time work to build it. Build it in my garage, and then I have some good shops I went to do a lot of the work. That's the hard part, is the building it from scratch. You can't imagine how many hours went into it. So I had to build what you see here out of wood first, and then have all the molds made on top of that. I've always liked this style of car. It's supposed to look like a Le Mans prototype. I've always enjoyed watching these kind of cars race, and I thought this would be a great car for the street and make it street legal. I just do them one at a time, so I don't do a collection. So I just have ordinary street cars, and then this is my current fun car. Well, it draws a big crowd everywhere I go, and I got to be careful on the street because everybody's looking at the car, not paying attention to where they're driving. And everybody's always honking all the time, and I look over and they're going like this. This one took a lot of time, and this may be my last car, so I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I don't really intend to ever sell this one. I've always liked cars. I bought my first car when I was 14, and by the time I was 16 and got my license, it had a small block Chevy in a 1953 Studebaker. So yes, I've always liked cars. Yeah, I'm an inventor by trade, but cars are just a hobby. So I've invented quite a few things over the years. I'm best known for inventing laser tag. I've never had a real job. I just started inventing stuff right out of high school. I invented a motorized surfboard, which grew up to be jet skis. So ever since then, I did one thing after another and never had a real job. Just like all of my things I've developed, it's just, I just enjoy making things. Anything I've ever been able to think of, I've been able to make. This was a challenge, but it came out the way I liked it.
I love laser tag, and I like the car too, George. We got much more coming up on the Car Guys Show. Stay with us.
This thing is 2013 991 Carrera S, PDK. I've had it since February 13. My third Porsche, my whole family's Porsche people, and this thing is awesome. It's a cruiser. I've had mid-engines, it's my first rear engine, and it's so much fun. I mean, I aimlessly drive all the time. I probably have the highest mileage Porsche, at least 2013, in the country. It's so quick, it's smooth. I mean, I drove the Tiptronics and it is what it is, but this thing it's amazing. I miss manual a little bit, the thrill, but you can't compete with this. You know, there's a lot of people that aren't too big on the PDK. They don't think it's as sporty as before, but it's amazing. Like I said, it's a cruiser. I've only gotten maybe 140, something like that. You know, my Cayman S, 165, Boxsters on the track, did a little faster, but I've been pretty conservative with this one so far. These are our driver's cars, but we don't baby them at all. So, you know, if it snows, I leave it outside. I don't really care. I love the shape of them. You can actually feel the drive. They don't look like anything else. I mean, other cars try to copy it, but you just can't do it. And I wouldn't replace it for anything. This is all I'll ever drive.
Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Tim Miller. You know, this 38 Chevy Gasser might have been something that Eddie Hill drove back in the day.
I've been fortunate enough to be the quickest guy in the sport of drag racing on land and water, so that's pretty cool. We won the NHRA championship, Top Fuel championship, in 1999, and oh yeah, that's right, 1993. Thanks for bailing me out. This is Ursi, the brains of the outfit, as you can tell already, besides being the good looks. We also made the world's first 4-second run, and that was in 1988 at the Texas Motorplex, not far from here. And that was pretty cool. So we've had a pretty long, pretty fun career. I won my first trophy when I was 14 with a Cushman motor scooter, and my last one with this Ariel Atom, and I've won trophies in each of the last 8 decades. We've been a dealer for a little over 4 years now, and we just delivered 3 cars last month, as a matter of fact, and I just love the cars. Of course, I have to get out and demonstrate it frequently. Dirty job that somebody's got to do.
Exactly, right, yeah.
No, we have an awful lot of fun with them. I got car number 72 out of the first batch. Jay Leno got number 1. I got number 72 out of the first batch about 7 years ago, and I still got that one. Going to keep it forever. But this is my 2012 demo that I'm racing here today, and I had a couple of laps at 1 minute and 58 seconds, and passed everything that was on the track that I saw. And it's fun to be the fastest guy at the track, and especially not have to work on it.
I love legends on the show. In fact, I've often heard that I'm a legend in my own mind. Well, that's it for this week's show. Thanks for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Be sure to check out our website, thecarguyshow.com. Now, excuse me, I'm going to burn some rubber, man.
Like this show? Want more? Then head to WatchPTTV.com, the new 100% free PowerTube TV streaming network. Home of the best classic and new motorsports racing and build shows on the web.